welcome back to another video. So by now most of us are already in school, and school means homework and tests, so I decided I'll give you guys some study tips. I try to add a variety of study tips since different things work for different people. I'm going to go in order of what works least for me to what works best for me. Just remember that what might not work for me might work for you. My least favorite study method is rereading information. You might see something you didn't see before, and it is a good review of the information, but it can be very time consuming, especially if the content you have to review is very long. My next least favorite study method are flashcards. And I know flashcards are a very popular way of studying, and they're very helpful for learning vocab and customizable to what works for you and what you understand. Unfortunately, they can take up space, and if you lose them, it's not good because you would have to rewrite them all over again and you would be wasting paper. So those are my reasons why I like flashcards, but I also don't like flashcards. They're just not very practical for other things besides vocab or small bits of information. My next study method I would like to talk to you guys about is using a whiteboard. Now, whiteboards are great for practicing math and also great when learning a language to practice your writing. For example, I'm in Chinese right now, so I can practice Chinese characters on my whiteboard, and it doesn't waste any paper, which is really nice. But unfortunately, whiteboards don't really help with other subjects unless you decide you want to rewrite information over and over and over again. But yeah, it's a little limited. Now, Quizlet. It's a different study method that I really enjoy and really suggest that you look into if you don't already have the Quizlet app. So you can have it on your phone, your laptop, your computer, and take it wherever you want. They have many different options. Right now I'm doing a learn, and you can see it tells you your progress. You could also do flashcards on Quizlet that don't waste paper and you can't lose, and you can bring them on the go. So yeah, there's also a writing one, which makes sure you learn to write the content perfectly. Basically, you spell everything right. There's also this matching game, which is a lot of fun, and my favorite is the practice test, and it will give you a grade at the end. You can also change the settings. If you know you're having a multiple choice test, you can do them all multiple choice or all writing or whatever works for you, and you can keep retaking that practice test until you have a grade that you're happy with, and it'll help you be more confident when you go to take your real test in school. Now, my favorite study method is writing and reading notes. I like this because it can focus more on important information and summarize that information. You could also change the wording to what you understand, and it's less time consuming to read because you're only reading a summarized version instead of everything, and it's also less time consuming to write. Okay, so now let's move on to actual tips. So if you're watching this video, you've probably watched a lot of other study tips videos, and in those study tip videos, you've probably heard of this, the Pomodoro method. So the Pomodoro method is basically it's a way of using your time wisely, and it doesn't seem very important, but it is, because it gives your brain the perfect amount of work time on the perfect amount of break time. So you can choose from either doing 25-minute work on 5-minute break or 50-minute work on 10-minute break. I prefer the 50-minute work on 10-minute break, but sometimes I end up doing both or switch between them. And a suggestion is every third break you have, make it at least 20 to 30 minutes. It just helps you get back into that mood. Okay, my next tip is one that nobody's gonna like. I don't like it either, but I do suggest that you don't eat when you're studying. I know a lot of people say that you should, and it's great to nibble on a little snack, but food can be very distracting, and it can cause procrastination. Yes, I love food too, but I highly suggest that you wait until your break or before or after your studying period to eat so you're not distracted. Instead, grab some water or some tea, and that'll just be a better option for you. The next tip is to switch between subjects and study methods, and this just makes your studying process a bit more interesting. I know how boring it can get if you're working on math for over an hour or writing your English essay for over an hour. So it's better if you do maybe 30 minutes of math and then 30 minutes of English, and or also study methods. Do a little bit of flashcards, a little bit of Quizlet, maybe write some notes. It'll just mix it up a bit and it'll be much better, trust me. Now, when you're taking breaks, try not to go on social media. I know everyone loves social media, but I know how easy you can get sucked into something and go over your break time. Also, instead, get a snack, go for a walk, play with a dog, do something less time consuming, and make sure that you set a timer to avoid going over that break period. Now, my next study tip is to use materials that are comfortable for you because you might be writing with them for a very long time. Also, mix up your materials a bit. Do some different colored pens or do some calligraphy, something that makes it more interesting. And my last study tip is to remember that studying doesn't always have to be dreadful. Find ways to make studying productive yet fun at the same time. I know it's not always the best thing to do and not on your top priorities list, but it's important and you can make it fun. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Bye!